Fiona Clark, Midlife Empowerment Coach, and my passion really is to help you stand in your power and be your true magnificent self. Now today I wanted to talk to you about self-love. Bit of a toughie sometimes, isn't it? Especially when we have gone through situations in our midlife, whether it's a relationship breakdown, whether it's just a breakdown within ourselves, and we get to that stage where we become very critical about ourselves. And I can speak from experience on this, very much so. So how do we connect? How do we get out of being critical about ourselves? How do we stop judging ourselves and being in that state of mind where we're never happy with who we are, with the way we look, the way we behave? You know, things as we get older, they start sagging, they start drooping, we get more wrinkles. There's so many things and so many changes that are going on, and yet we are so critical about ourselves. But we need to switch this around. And so how can we do this? Because self-love is the biggest gift you can give to yourself. But not only that, when you give yourself that gift also just ripples out to everybody else in your life, in your environment, in your surrounding. Just think about it when you see somebody who's really happy and really joyful. When you see somebody looking at a newborn baby, you remember that feeling, remember that complete passion and that unconditional love that you have that is just oozing out of every single cell of your body. Do you have that for yourself? I know I haven't, and I know I'm still struggling with it, and it's something that I'm learning to do more and more and more. And this is why I'd like you to think about how you see that. How do you view yourself? What do you stop? What do you actually tell yourself? What is your mind chatter? Is it that you're not good enough? That you should be doing this or should be doing that, or whatever it may be? We make up so many incredible stories. But if you think of a puzzle, the centerpiece is the love, the self-love. So what can we do about it? Number one, I would say, is to accept you. Accept you for all your lumps and bumps and droops and bags and wrinkles and whatever else. Accept you for who you are, because who you are deep down inside is that most beautiful, magnificent person. Truly, truly, truly. But we've allowed all these layers of conditioning and dislike and hatred and anger and resentment and all this other crap that comes up to layer that. So we need to offload it and connect back into that beautiful part of yourself. So we need to set some boundaries. Okay, we need to set boundaries for ourselves so that we actually, number one, take time for ourselves, take time to be just with us, to allow us to be with us and to enjoy that. We need to set our own boundaries so that we're not giving and giving and giving to everyone else. Because in midlife, that's what we've done. We've done that for years. And I've seen so many people who are the most beautiful givers I've ever come across, but they cannot receive. And that's also a problem, because that's a real self-love issue. All right to give, but can you receive? Can you accept? So that's another thing just to have a thought about. It's about appreciating you. Appreciate the wonder of you. Appreciate the magnificent things that you're doing in your everyday life. Appreciate yourself when you get things wrong. Because we're not perfect, and who cares? But still love yourself in that space. So it really is just having an understanding of the feeling as well. Go into that feeling. And if you have any mind chatter that's going on and telling you, when you start going into that story that's telling you that you're not good enough and that you should be doing this and that, blah, 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 whatever the story might be, then you can tap it out. Okay? You know the tapping. You just go into the feeling, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. And the other thing I'd love you just to practice, because I know some people find it very, very difficult to say, I love myself. And I notice this with a lot of people when I'm doing the tapping and we say, I love myself unconditionally. And I love and accept myself unconditionally. A lot of people can't say that. And if you feel that that is you, then start off by saying, I'm learning to love myself one small step at a time. Okay? So just have a think about what this means to you. Where are you being hard on yourself in your life? And where can you flip that? Have that feeling of whether you've had a child yourself and when you first, we have that unconditional love for our children, doesn't matter how big they are. But when you feel that, notice how you feel that. And the passion is just so, enormous. It's just oozing out of every cell. And I want you to flip that. And I want you to feel that same passion about you, about your beautiful self. Okay, so flip it. So what I'd like you to do now, I'm going to do a little meditation with you just to bring you into this space. So just wherever you are, take a deep breath in and let it go. Just so you feel yourself sinking down. If you're sitting down or lying down, just uncross your legs. Preferably put your feet on the floor so you can feel your feet really grounded. And just take another deep breath. So it's from the bottom of your stomach and breathe it in. And let go. Just feel your body just sinking deeper and deeper down. Letting go of any stress, any tension. Just let it go. Close your eyes, and I'd like you now just to feel that your feet have got these incredibly long, strong roots that are coming out of the soles and going right down into the soul of the core of the earth, right down to the soul of the earth. And then you can just breathe in, feeling that wonderful magnetic energy coming from the core of the earth, up into those roots, bringing with it all the love, all the passion, all the joy, the bliss, the happiness that it can, up into those roots, and those roots into the soles of your feet, into every little cell of your foot, of your feet. Just notice those cells. They're happy. And as each cell touches the other cell, that energy is just spreading. And that comes up into your calves, into your knees. Breathe it in, feel it, sense it. Maybe you see it as a colour. Maybe you're hearing a sound. Notice as you bring that energy up. Into your thighs, every little cell, taking in that wonderful energy of love, of joy, of bliss, of happiness, up into your hip area. Breathe it into your torso, coming up into your heart space, and just rest in your heart space for a minute. And just notice, does your heart have a message for you? Or do you need to say something to your heart? Breathe it in. Then bring that wonderful energy up through to the upper part of your chest, into your throat, into your head, and out through the crown of your head. And as it comes up and out, it's almost like it's a big fountain of this beautiful energy of self-love, of passion, of joy, of happiness, of bliss. And it's just surrounding you. So you feel like you're completely encapsulated in this beautiful egg of energy, of love, of bliss. Feel yourself in this egg, could be like candy floss, that beautiful, wonderful, pink, fluffy candy floss. Just breathe it in. Notice how that feels. Notice how that feels within you. You're surrounded by love. And when you're in that space of love for you, just notice how that affects the rest of your life as you go through your day. Just know that you can come back to this space at any time. Anytime you feel a little bit out of balance, a little bit off kilter, and you want to hook straight back into that love. It's almost like you're going to take a step back into that egg and enjoy the peace, the bliss. Breathe it in again and let it go. Okay. And just notice how your physical body is feeling now. Does it feel calm? Does it feel relaxed? So be aware of when you're in this space of self-love, self-acceptance, self-awareness. How does it affect everything else that you are going to do throughout your day? How does it affect your relationships? How does it affect your thoughts and how you behave? Okay, so just know that at any time you can just take a step and go back into your egg. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.